Good morning to all of you and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for all exams. So today is 9th August and we are here with the Hindu analysis of today's newspaper. So if I'm audible and visible, just write in the comments, yes sir, you're audible, so that we can start our session. So today we'll be discussing about today's The Hindu analysis in depth. By me, Salik Ahmed. Before that, guys, I hope you are aware. If you are not aware, let me tell you that CLAT form is out. CLAT form 2023 is out. And in this video, I have explained in detail of how to fill the form. So just you go to the YouTube and search BYJU'S Exam Prep, how to fill CLAT form 2023. Just search it. And in the first link, you will get this, how to fill CLAT 2023 form, step-by-step guide. Click on it. Please watch the entire video because I have explained each and every people ask a lot of questions in the live chat and I have explained each and everything there. So please watch the entire video, not escape half of them. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of things you will be missing. So watch the entire video. That will be very beneficial for you before filling the form. Make sure to watch this. Okay. Yes. So let's start with today's The Hindu analysis. So I hope you are aware today is Tuesday and 9th August is today, and there are a lot of articles, important articles which came in the first page. So here the article is in the top one is Supreme Court says it is illegal to tag religious and linguistic minorities district wise. That we will be discussing today. Then Rajya Sabha bids farewell to Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu. That we will be discussing today. Then China announces fresh military drills around Taiwan. That also we will be discussing today. Then yes, these two main important articles. This one, I hope you are aware, Nitish calls JDU meet today as political crisis brews in Bihar. So this is a little political article, but from your exam point of view, so from the you can say knowledge point of view, we will be discussing something about it. Then here it is, this article, don't disturb normal affairs with Sri Lanka, China to India. So that also we will be discussing. These things were coming in the news in the last 3-4 days about the ship being stopped at, or you can say before reaching the Hambantota port and all. So that has been very much in the news. Okay, let's start with this one. Now, Nitish calls JDU meet today as political crisis brews in Bihar. Opposition RJD says it is ready to embrace the chief minister if it reaches BJP. So first, let's see here also. So this is a very good image actually made by the Hindu. So you can see it here. Here it is the source, Vidhan Sabha. So basically, so the total number of seats in Bihar Legislative Assembly is 243. So this is called as Bihar Legislative Assembly. So like we have a parliament, and in parliament at central level, there are two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So very similar to it. There is a concept at a state level called as Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. I hope you are aware of this, right? So the Legislative Assembly and the member of Legislative Assembly are called as MLAs. I hope you are aware of these. You must have heard it. So this is the building of a Bihar Legislative Assembly. So it contains how many seats? So that is you should be knowing because it is very much in the news. It has 243 seats. So if you need to have your own chief minister, how much seat you are required? Can you write in the live chat? So if there is 243 seats in a legislative assembly in any state, then a political party either by itself or with the help of the alliance should need how many seats? It should cross the half mark. So the half mark crossing will be 122. Okay. So this is required to have your own chief minister. That is what the idea is. So basically you can see it here. So BJP has got 77 seats, JDU is 45. So earlier actually the BJP, JDU, HAM and IND, these four were the alliance. So it is crossing the 122 marks, 122 plus. Yes, 122 people have written. Hari Om, Aram, you all are right. So they need, it's not 121, they need 122. So because 243 by half will be 121.5. So you need more than 121.5 and that is 122. Yes, so they need 122, not 121. Okay. Now, there is a proposal which is coming in the news that perhaps the JDU, the political party of Nitish Kumar, Janata Dal United, might go with the alliance with RJD and let's say Congress and all. So let's say, for example, JDU, RJD and Congress does an alliance, then also in that case also, if you calculate, it will cross 122 plus very easily, right? So perhaps this is a proposal that JDU may break the alliance with BJP and come with RJD, Rashtriya Janata Dal and Indian National Congress. So that is why it was very much coming in the news. So let's see what will happen, because there are, I can say, things which are coming in the news. Let's see what exactly happens. So that is what is being discussed as political storms seems to be brewing in Bihar. CM Nitish Kumar convening a meeting of MPs, MLAs, and to discuss situation in his party and state following the resignation of former National President RCP Singh. So no need to go and read the political aspects. I'm not explaining it because that will not be asked in examination. So what is important for examination is which majority, how much majority is required. It's called as absolute majority. These things you'll be knowing. No need to go much in political aspects. Just have an idea that yes, perhaps you can say most likely, as per the news or the sources are saying that Nitish Kumar's JDU party will do an alliance perhaps with RJD, Rashtriya Janata Dal. So just have an alliance and along with Congress. So these are the things which are coming in the news. You should be knowing it. Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to the next important article. And the next one is, do not disturb normal affairs with Sri Lanka, China to India. So this was an article. Let's discuss about it. So before, let's learn the background. I hope many of you are aware of this, but still I am telling you the background. So this is the ship. The name of the ship is Yong Wang 5. Okay. So China asked India to stop disturbing exchanges with Sri Lanka, says opposition to ship visits is senseless. So basically Yong Wang 5 was the name of the ship from China. In fact, I had discussed in the previous class also. So what happened was, from this city of China, it was supposed to come and reach here, Hambantota port. Hambantota port of Sri Lanka. Okay. So that was very much in the news. Now, but India protested it that it should not come and stay at Hambantota port. Some of the articles were saying that, authors were saying that perhaps it is a spy ship. These were the articles which were coming in the different newspaper. So India, you can say, protested, and that is why China has said that it is senseless to oppose this. That is what the China's opinion is. So you can see it here, reacting strongly to Sri Lanka's request to delay the visit of a tracking vessel that was supposed to arrive on 11th August and had aroused India's concern. China on Monday said that India's opposition to visit is senseless. So according to China, there is no meaning of India opposing it. That is what China said, or Chinese foreign minister said. The name of the ship is Yong Wang 5. Had last month been given clearance by Sri Lanka to stop in the port of Hambantota from August 11 to 17 to carry out replenishment. So replenishment means refueling of oil, etc. and all. So basically it says that earlier the Sri Lankan government had given the permission that from 11th August to 17th August, it can be allowed to stay and stop at Hambantota and get its replenishment. So that is what the article says. Okay. Yes. Now let's talk about this one. If you talk about this one, then it says the visit of a space and satellite tracking vessel. So vessel means is a ship. So this is a ship. It is called as vessel also. So it is saying that it can, you can say, track space and satellite also. For a close to a week had, however, aroused concern in New Delhi, etc. and all. So India had, you can say, protested and all. That is what is being mentioned here. Now let's talk about something more. So let's this is the quote of the, you can say, foreign minister of Sri Lanka, foreign minister of, you can say, China, Wang Wenbing. So he says, I would like to reiterate 2 points. Sri Lanka is a transportation hub in the Indian Ocean, and many scientific explorations, including from China, have stopped in the ports of Sri Lanka for supplies. China always exercised freedom of navigation in high seas and fully respect jurisdiction of coastal states of scientific exploration. So he's saying that basically we are doing it, can say, for a scientific purpose, and that is why it should not be allowed, should not be stopped. Navigation means it has not allowed other nations to move its ship and all. That is what the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Wenbin said. This has been quoted in today's The Hindu. Okay, so this is what the article says. Now let's move on to another important article on page 1 of the second half. Okay guys, I hope you are aware that I think 1 month back the new Chief Minister of Maharashtra was appointed. So can you write in the live chat before Eknath Shinde who was the Chief Minister of Maharashtra? Please write in the live chat. So in the page 1 second half it says Maharashtra cabinet expansion today. In first phase 10 to 15 ministers likely to be sworn in. See, I hope you are aware that here is 30th June. On 30th June, I mean almost little more than 1 month back, Eknath Shinde from Shiv Sena was appointed as the CM, Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and Devendra Fadnavis was appointed as Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Yes, before him, before Eknath Shinde, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray was the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Right, good. Yes, Muskan, Aditi, Devadita, Hariom, Priti, Stuti, you all are right. Good. Shreya, yes. So now when they were appointed as Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, so he is from Shiv Sena and Devendra Fadnavis is from BJP. So once they were appointed as Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, there was no any other ministers. Means there was only Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister. Other ministers like Environment Minister, Education Minister, etc. and all were not there. So now after 40 months, that is what it says. After much suspense lasting for 40 days, the long pending expansion of new Maharashtra cabinet is set to take place on Tuesday at 11 a.m. So after long pending suspense, after 40 days of being appointed the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, now we'll be having other ministers also in the Maharashtra government. That is what the article says. So today I think somewhere around 11 a.m. in the morning, there's supposed to be the oath taking and all. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. The next is question number, page number 1, second half. There was also an important article talking about Krishna Godavari levels on the rise. So I hope you are aware that monsoon is there. So rainfall etc. is happening. Heavy rain in catchment areas in Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So it says with heavy rainfall lashing out at the catchment area of Godavari Krishna in Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, the water level in the main course in the two rivers is on the rise. The Central Water Commission, based on a forecast by Indian Meteorological Department, has indicated that water flow in Godavari at this place has increased. So just have an idea, no need to go much in detail. Where is Godavari and Krishna? So this one is Godavari, this is Krishna river. Okay, let me show you here. So it starts something from here. I am making a rough map. Somewhere here is Godavari river. Okay, and somewhere here will be here somewhere will be Krishna river. Okay, so these two are very famous you can say river in South India, Godavari river and Krishna river. So these two rivers are having increase in water level, of course, because of monsoon, heavy monsoon and all. So that was being discussed here. Okay, let's discuss more. Let's move on to the editorials, the important editorials. So page 6 in top, you can see it here. So yes, guys, everyone please press the like button. Whoever is watching the video, please press the like button. Everyone, guys. Yes. So basically, the page 6 editorial, the main article is micro variable projects in uncertain times. Then another article is the new hopes. So let's discuss about this one first. But before moving on, there is a first question for you. The question says, how many members are there in Monetary Policy Committee? Since it was mentioned in the article, means Monetary Policy Committee, that is why I'm asking questions from it. And Monetary Policy Committee keeps on being mentioned in the either in the Hindu editorial, in Indian Express, in different places and all. So that is why you should be knowing about Monetary Policy Committee. How many members are there? 4, 6, 7, 8. Yes, Hari Om, Aditi Agarwal, Stuti Mishra. You all are right. Yes. it has 6 members actually. So Monetary Policy Committee is a 6-member committee. Please be aware of it. It's not 4, it's 6-member committee. It's Monetary Policy Committee. Okay. Then I would say the next question is also similar to it. The first question, it says, who is the ex officio chairman of Monetary Policy Committee? So it is linked with the first question only. Your options are Finance Minister, Niti Aayog Chairman, SEBI Chairman, RBI Governor. What is the right answer to this question? So we are asking that ex officio chairman of Monetary Policy Committee. What is the right answer, guys? Guys, whosoever is watching, please press the like button. Everyone, guys. Yes, what is the right answer? Good. The right answer is RBI Governor. Yes, Hariom, Suruchi, Debadrita, Stuti, Muskan, Shreya, you all are right. Reserve Bank of India Governor is the ex officio chairman. Ex officio chairman means whosoever becomes the RBI Governor will automatically become the chairman of Monetary Policy Committee. So why we are discussing it? Because there was an article, and today the main editorial article written by Arun Kumar is a very famous economist, and he has mentioned in his first passage, the Federal Reserve, federal means the US Federal Reserve, has raised its benchmark interest rate by 0.75%. The RBI has also been forced to raise interest rate further. These decisions in Monetary Policy Committee meeting were based on what the members of MPC sees as the likely course of economy and all. So basically we are talking about the increase in policy benchmark rate, means generally we call it as repo rate. You must have heard about these things. Okay. So the increase in the recent increase in these repo rates, he is discussing about it, that the Monetary Policy Committee decides to increase it. One of the reasons he has cited is perhaps the US Federal Reserve has also increased it. Then he is talking about the entire world's economy. So he is saying about that the trajectory of the world economy and its likely impact on the Indian economy is imponderable. So basically, we are facing a lot of problems at the world level. The first is Russia-Ukraine war is happening. Okay. So since Russia-Ukraine war is happening, a lot of things are getting disturbed. A lot of exports and imports are getting disturbed. Then he is talking that zero COVID policy in China. So since China is very strict as far as COVID-19 is concerned, so it is imposing a lot of places, a strict lockdowns still, which is affecting the global supply bottleneck. It means the supply of products is getting disturbed because of lockdown and all. So that are some of the reasons. Then he is talking about actually, yes, you can read it in detail, that he is talking about here actually. So the war and the sanctions have already affected the world economy and the European in particular. So basically saying that the war, the Russia-Ukraine war has already affected the world economy. Europeans have been affected because they were boycotting Russia, which affected them in fact more. So Sri Lanka has been devastated. So he's quoting from here actually. Sri Lanka has been devastated because of, I hope you are aware, we have discussed Sri Lanka so many times about the economic issues. In fact, Pakistan and Nepal is in trouble. And now you might be seeing that even in Bangladesh, there are economic issues and all. Then the biggest disruption is in energy supplies from Russia. So that is, he's being discussing that, yes, because of Russia-Ukraine war, there a lot of things are being impacted. For example, energy supplies. Russia supplies a lot of natural gas, etc., which has been affected. Then food, fertilizer, metals, etc. also. Because from Ukraine and Russia, the world gets food, fertilizer, and metals. In fact, Ukraine is called as one of the wheat basket, bread basket of Europe. So that has been affected. Fertilizer and metals also come from these two nations. Because of the war, these things have been affected. So he is discussing these things. Then you can see here, many Indian entities may face the heat since India has increased its imports from Russia. So once the war started, many countries boycotted Russia, but it's not the case with us. In fact, it is saying that we have increased more interaction with Russia, and imports from Russia has increased, which basically undermined sanction. So the sanction or the boycott, economic boycott done by the US and other nations, the Western nations, has not affected us. In fact, we are doing our trade with Russia. China may also face sanctions. It has already trade with Russia, etc. See, so he's saying that China has little option because the Western nations also do not, I can say, like China. So basically, the only option with China is to let's go and have more and more deal with Russia. So that is what is being mentioned here. Okay. Yes. Now, then he says here, he is talking about that, yes, unorganized sector, almost 94% of our workforce is unorganized sector. Unorganized sector means which are not organized. So basically, let's say someone is selling you can say vegetable on the road. That's unorganized sector. Okay. So basically saying that a big section of India's workforce is unorganized sector that had been hit hard by a decline in income and rise in prices in the last few years. Okay. And that is why that is was being that he is highlighting it. Then he is talking about here also where I have highlighted here that policy makers using such faulty data, invisible etc. and all. The economy is growing at 7.5%. Inflation is under the RBI control. Then policy makers assume all is well. So he's saying that if everything goes right, that if that you can say the inflation rate is less than 6%, then only it is considered as okay, fine. But if you can see it, even that is not the case. In fact, in some cases, in some months, it has crossed the 6%, more than 6%. We have seen the inflation in some months and all. So that is being discussed here. So he has discussed, he has given an overall perspective of the entire world economy, why the policy, repo rate, benchmark rates have been increased and all. Okay. Now, let's discuss about this article, the side editorial from the Hindu, talking about new hopes. So let's discuss about it. Before that, guys, everyone please press the like button, comment, share this video, and guys, everyone please subscribe to our channel also. There's a subscribe button downside. Please subscribe to it also so that whenever we are giving a video, you will get the notification. And guys, this is the CLAT 2023 can say course, which we have just started. 330 plus recorded videos, 9,000 plus practice question, 200 plus hours of live classes, 45 mocks, etc. will be there. Please download the BYJU'S exam prep app. You will get a lot of content. You will get to know more about our paid classes. Okay. The next is question number 3, which is question actually is linked with the another article which we are going to discuss. So that is why I'm asking the question number 3, which is in front of you. And it says, who is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha? Your options are President of India, Vice President of India, Chief Justice of India, Chief Election Commissioner of India. So the question in front of you is, who is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha? Whosoever has read today's editorial can easily answer it. Yes, Hariom, Awadh, Aditi, Debadrita, Falguni, Muskan, Prerna, Malia, official. You all are right. Yes, whosoever has answered Vice President is the right answer. It's not President, it is Vice President. Yes. So Vice President of India is considered as the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. So that is what is being discussed here, that Jagdeep Dhankar, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar will take oath as the 14th Vice President of India a day after he won the election. So you can say the M. Venkaiah Naidu's can say tenure ends. So he has got 528 votes and the opposition candidate Margaret Alva got 182 votes. So that is what is being discussed here. So it also says in the same editorial, if you go down, it says the Vice President is also the chairman of Rajya Sabha, a critical role anything, anytime and more so in the present situation. So basically he's saying that this is important one. He is the chairman also or ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. So he will be the new Vice President of India, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar. So that you should be knowing it. So most likely on 11th August he will assume the office. Okay, guys, everyone please press the like button. We are seeing only 24 likes, everyone. Yes. Now let's talk about another article on editorial page. So that is being discussed is, yes, this one. Yes, this one on the second half of the editorial. These two articles were there. A law without a flaw. Then PMLA verdict, due process will be bulldozed. So let's first discuss this one. We have already discussed previously also, but yes, if you have not seen it, let's discuss in short. Recently there was a judgment of Supreme Court in under PMLA Act, Prevention of Money Laundering Act, which was criticized by many people because perhaps it may violate the process, may violate due process and all due process. So basically it says the recent judgment of Supreme Court where it found all the provisions of Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 as amended from time to time as constitutional is a case where Supreme Court repeatedly relies on legislative intent behind PMLA to fight the menace. So he basically says to fight the menace of money laundering, to trump all over the considerations, in particular due process. So basically he is criticizing the judgment that in fact this is giving more powers to the government or the executive and it may lead to violation of due process. So basically it is what he is saying. PMLA is an act that is meant to deal with prosecution and punishment for the offense of money laundering. Money laundering means, yes, money brought from illegal sources or using the illegal money, hawala transaction, etc. for terrorism or any other illicit purpose. So that is called as, you can say, money laundering. So which an accused commit with any process or activity with the proceeds of crime. So if those monies are involved in big criminal organized crimes, etc., that is called as, you can say the money laundering. So there is an act, PMLA, Prevention of Money Laundering Act, for this. So that he is being discussing. So basically he has highlighted here that the major criticism was, the first is the accused are not entitled to ECIR, so Enforcement Case Information Report. So many people have written that it is very similar to the copy of FIR. So the accused should be given this, that why you have been arrested, and these are the detailed description. Then again, the second thing which has been criticized here is that the court has to believe reasonably that the accused is not guilty. So basically it will make, under section 45, it will make bail little difficult, which actually goes against the idea of bail is the rule, jail is the exception. So basically that is what the general idea is, that yes, if a person is accused, if it's not a that very much heinous crime or something like this, then bail should be given. Otherwise, if he is found innocent after 10 or 15 years, then he would have lost all his life in the jail. So that is the very idea about it. So it becomes very difficult to get bail here and all. Then here it says the overemphasis on seriousness of money laundering is not born out of PMLA itself. The maximum punishment is 10 years. So he says that maximum punishment under PMLA is 10 years. But if you talk about in the eyes of legislature, then there are a lot of other cases where even the punishments are more than 10 years and such stringent, I can say, procedures are not there. So that is what he is giving the logic. So that is what he says. Now he has said about this in detail, like legislative intent is reflected by Parliament as part of its normal lawmaking, whereas constitutional due process is incorporated in the Constitution. So basically he is highlighting about the due process, that yes, the due process of law needs to be followed. So that is what he says in short. Okay, let's move on to another article. Here it is, a law without flaw. So this is also an important article, I hope you are aware. So basically what happened was, for unmarried lady, abortion was not allowed beyond 20 weeks. So if she is pregnant more than 20 weeks plus, and if the lady is unmarried, then it was not allowed. But recently the Supreme Court has put unmarried women on an equal footing in availing abortion services. So the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, it allows from 20 to 24 weeks. It allows abortion in certain cases, but it is not for unmarried women. It was only for married females. So it is written, prohibits unmarried women who are between 20 to 24 weeks to terminate the pregnancy. The Supreme Court said no, both should be, an unmarried female and a married should be treated equally. That is what it says. So the Hindu editors, I can say, they have praised this judgment. That is what it says, that manifestly arbitrary and violative of human rights, and that is why they have said that Article 14 they have been mentioning. Yes. So it is in the spirit of Article 14, that is equality before law. So everyone is equal before the law. And it has been praised. Why? Because recently the US Supreme Court in Roe versus Wade case had actually 1970s upheld the abortion right, which recently the US Supreme Court overturned it. It means it changed its stand. And that is why the Hindu editors are praising the Indian Supreme Court, that it has done a good thing according to them. Is it clear, guys? Yes. Now, let's discuss about some more articles. So he was talking about in op-ed page, the fight for fiscal autonomy and launch a national tribal health mission. So let's discuss about this one. So he's basically saying, the author is saying that we have seen for the first time a tribal president of India. Okay. But still there are a lot of issues which basically are actually, you can say, needs to be addressed in tribal communities. So basically, for example, today is International Day of World Indigenous People and all. So he is saying that almost 8.6% of the people living in India are scheduled tribe. And he has quoted one thing, that the plight is not, I can say, he has quoted the plights of the tribal peoples. So the Lancet study found that India held the inglorious distinction of having the second highest infant mortality rate after Pakistan. So infant mortality rate means the children dying within, you can say, within 1 year, right? So the child, or you can say infant, is dying within 1 year of his birth. And this is the second highest in case of tribal community in India after Pakistan. So he said that yes, it is a very serious issue that needs to be tackled. So he's basically talking about this, that we need something like National Tribal Health Mission also. That is what his recommendation is. Then there was an article about the fight for fiscal autonomy. So he's saying that recently Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had said that a state should do more as far as controlling price rise is concerned. But he is saying that after GST and all other things, that the fiscal autonomy of the states have decreased. It means the states does not have that much power from finance point of view to control price rise. That is what he's discussing. Then in this here is discussing is that according to World Inequality Report, almost 1% of India's richest held 22% of the total national income. It means there is extreme inequality in case of India. One of the most unequal countries in the world is India. That is what he has discussed it. Now, there was an article on page 10. We have discussed so many times earlier also. No district level minority groups, says Supreme Court. See, what happened was, previously also Supreme Court has said that minority category is given on the basis of a state level. So someone filed a petition that it should be given at the district level also, that a particular community should be recognized as a majority or a minority according to the districts. But the judges have said, go back to the 11 judge bench order in TMA Pai Foundation case actually. In TMA Pai versus State of Karnataka case, Supreme Court has said that minority status should be decided at the state level. That is what is being discussed. Okay. Then I hope you are aware that Article 29 and 30 gives special rights to the minorities and all. Go and read Article 29 and 30. That's important for you. Go and find out. Then there was an article, Rajya Sabha bids farewell to Venkaiah Naidu. Venkaiah Naidu is the outgoing Vice President of India. You can read more about him. Then China military begins new Taiwan drills. Then Kremlin accuses Ukraine of shelling atomic power plant. These two will be discussing. Okay. I hope you are aware that China has been doing the military drills near Taiwan. So here is China, here is Taiwan, and around the Taiwan, China has been doing military drills. Why? Because recently US House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited, right? And because of which China did not like it and China protested, and that is why China is not doing a lot of military exercise there. Okay? Yes. Now, then another article which I have told you is here. Kremlin accuses Ukraine of shelling atomic power plant. This also we had discussed 2 days back, that Ukraine has said, here is Ukraine, that Russia was bombarding attacking the nuclear power plant, Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. But Kremlin means here Russia. Russian government is the place where Russian government is, or the house of Russian president office and all is called as Kremlin. So Russia has said that Ukraine itself is attacking the atomic power plant. So Kremlin on Monday accused Ukraine forces of firing on this Zaporizhia atomic power plant. This is what the Russia in the counter to said it, that you are attacking yourself on this nuclear power plant. That was very much in the news. Then sports may, I hope you are aware that Birmingham Commonwealth Games is happening. So what I would suggest is once the entire Commonwealth Games is over, please make the notes out of it. If you are in our paid classes, I'll be explaining each and everything about, you can say, the winners and all. Those who are from our paid classes, we have discussed in depth about the January current affairs. From January to December, we are teaching the entire current affairs. So we have discussed these things. We can say we are discussing one by one in-depth analysis. So whenever it comes in August current affairs, July, August current affairs, we'll be discussing this. Okay, yes. So this is all about today's class, guys. These are our CLAT, you can say, successful candidates. You can see it here. And this is all about today's class. Thank you, everyone. Guys, everyone download the BYJU'S exam prep app. There are a lot of contents available there. Go and watch it. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.